seems to be. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer for our number talk, so I stay on task. Otherwise, I like number talk so much that we'll be here forever. Okay, here is your first problem. Are you ready? You have the answer. Think about that. Right, looks like a lot of our thumbs are up, which means we're done thinking about the answer. So who wants to share? What's the sum here? What's the sum? What'd you get, honey?
I got 137.
137. Did anybody get a different answer than 137? No different answers? We all agree. I saw a lot of this. What does that mean? We agree. Me too. All right. So 137. We all agree. Well, then let's figure out how we got there. Who wants to share their thinking and their strategy on how you got 137? Sweetheart, tell me your name. Emma, tell me what you did.
I just lined up the numbers.
Okay. So talk to me about that.
So I put the 39 and the 99, lined up, and then I did 8 plus 9, and I got 17.
Okay.
And so I put my 7 down and carried my 1.
Interesting. So what I hear Emma saying is she's adding an 8 and a 9 from somewhere. I need you to turn and talk to that partner. Where's she getting the 8 and the 9 to add together?
Maybe the 1 place. And then she gets
Okay, so come back to me. Let's talk about what Emma's thinking here. Emma is telling me she's adding a 9 and an 8, but I see a 99 and a 38. So where's she getting this 9 and 8? Who can tell me what's happening? Talk to me, honey.
So she's adding the ones.
Oh, so she's decomposing and adding the ones together first. Is that what I hear you saying? Would y'all agree that you think that's what's happening? So she's really decomposing these into the tens place and the ones place, right? And then she is adding that 9 and 8. I'm following you now. So then, Emma, would you continue? You said you added 9 and 8 and you got?
I got 17.
Okay.
So I carried the 1.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So now I have my tens together. So Emma says she's carrying the 1. Turn and talk to your neighbor about what is the 1 and what does she mean by she's carrying it. All right, so come back to me. You guys are doing an awesome job of talking to each other about the math. So talk to me. What does she mean by what's this 1? Why is she carrying it? What does that mean? What's going on?
So basically, since it's the ones place, and if you get like a number that has a tens in it, you have to carry it / put it over in the tens place because the ones can't really hold it.
Okay, so the ones can't hold that 10. So really this 1 is a what? 10, right? It's 110, right? So it sounds like Emma took that 17 apart and she took that 1 and what did you say? She did something to it, put it over?
She like carried it, quote unquote.
Okay.
Like transitioned it over to.
I heard that. Who said that? Somebody said what? What'd you say? Regroup. That's exactly right. Because we're grouping those 10s back together. So let me show what she was doing there. So she was putting her 10s. Now she has all her 10s together, doesn't she? So now she can add all her 10s. Emma, would you continue with your thought?
So I regrouped my 1, and then I brought it over to the tens place, and I got 3 plus 9.
Or 30 plus 90.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then 10, 11, I got 11 plus 12. Or 12, sorry. 12 plus the 1 would be 13.
Okay. So if I have 13 10s, how much do I have? 130. 13 10s is 130, and then she got her 137. So did she prove the answer is 137? Nice. So Emma did this with regrouping. I want to know, is there another way to solve this problem without regrouping? Thinking about a different way, not regrouping. Sir in the back, tell me your name.
Connor.
Connor, talk to me what you did.
So what I did was I took the 90 and the 30,
Uh-huh.
and I put them together to get I just added a 0 to it to get 120,
Okay.
and then
Connor, is it OR or ER?
OR. And then I added the 7 and 8 and added then 17 plus 120 got 137.
Okay, so Connor's saying he took the 90 and 30. So where did he get the 90 and 30? Yeah, he took the tens place. So did we see that in Emma's strategy? Yeah, right here. So Connor, he just did that first, where she was working with her ones place. It sounds like Connor put the tens together first, right? And then he put the ones together and was able to solve the problem that way. So can we add the tens first? He just did, didn't he? Right? So, and then this was the 15, help me. Yep. This was, am I putting the wrong, yeah, it's a 9, Miss Lovelace. I'm just decomposing incorrectly, aren't I? There we go. And this is an 8. Where am I getting this 7 from? Miss Lovelace doesn't even pay attention. Okay, so we ended up with our 137 that way. All right, one more try. Is there another way to solve this problem without this regrouping of the 10s and 1s? What do you think, sweetheart?
Okay, so I rounded 99 to 100.
Okay,
and
stop right there. Tell me your name.
Izzy.
I-Z-Z-Y?
Yes.
So Izzy is saying, I heard, that she took 99 and turned it into 100. I want y'all to look at that strategy for just a second. What in the world do you think Izzy is thinking? And is she magic? Like, can you just poof, turn numbers into other numbers? So turn and talk to that neighbor. I want you to think about what Izzy's about to do and why would she do this? All right, come back to me. Let's talk about Izzy and her magic. So what is Izzy doing here? What do you think she's about to do? Why would she turn this into 100? What do you think?
Because if you round 99, you would round it to 100.
Okay.
And that's just an easier number to add than 90.
It's an easier number to add to 38, right? So Izzy, would you continue? I'm going to show what you did because we don't just magically change numbers, right? How do you change a 99 to a 100?
So I took 1 away from 38.
Oh, so she decomposed the 38. Whoops. She took 1 away, and so part is 1. What's the other part?
37.
37. And then what did you do with that 1, Izzy?
Turn the 99 into 100.
So you took that 1 that you stole, borrowed, whatever you want to say, from the 38, and now, whoa, look at that. I like those friendly numbers, don't you? Did anybody else do it like Izzy? Thought about it like Izzy? Maybe so. All right, listen, we're going to try another problem. Are you ready? Here's our next problem. I'm going to put this up here. And I want you to think about these strategies and how you might use maybe some of those strategies to solve this next problem. When you have the answer to this problem, thumb it. Okay, wow, I had a lot of thumbs up, went up a little quicker than last time. But before we take the sum to this problem, I want you to turn and talk to that neighbor. And here's what I want you to tell them. What did you get as the sum, and how did you solve it? The person with the longest hair goes first. Good luck, boys, figuring that out. Go, turn and talk. All right, so let's come back together. Our timer went off, but we were talking, so we're gonna wrap this up. But I wanna hear your strategies. You guys are doing an excellent job of talking with each other. Very impressive. So let's talk about how we solved this problem. Sweetheart, would you tell me your name?
Jada.
Spell it for me.
J-A-D-A.
J-A-D-A. Jada. So talk to me. What did you do, you and your partner talked about doing to solve this problem?
What I did was that I took the 98 and turned it into 100.
Okay, Jada, first of all, I'm gonna stop you right there, because in a minute I'm gonna ask you how you turned that 98 into a 100. But before I ask you how you did it, I want everybody to turn and talk. How do you think Jada turned this into a 100? Talk to me. How do you think she All right, come back to me. Who thinks they know? What do you think, sweetheart, in the back?
So for the 46, so she took 47,
Uh-huh.
subtracted 2, and added it to the 90.
Okay, so she could have decomposed 47 into 2 and 45 and given that 2 to make a 98. Jada, is that how you made the 100?
I actually took the 98 and put like 2 to the side, then took the 47 and put 3 to the side, then added them and made 5.
Oh, I'm following you. So you're having a different, sorry, tell me your name in the back. Keaton. So Keaton is saying that she thinks that you could do this. Did others of you think that you might make 100 like that? Because maybe it was like the way Izzy did it. So she ended up with 100. I'm going to change this to Izzy's, not Izzy. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Keaton.
K-E-A-T-O?
Yes.
Keaton's way. And so she had her 145 here. But then I want to continue with what Jada was saying. So Jada, you were saying you made this 98 into a 100. So keep going. How did you make it into a 100?
I took 2
Okay.
away from it and I put it to the side, then took the 3 from 47 away from it, put it to the side, added together and made 5. Then I added 100 to 50 and I got 150, then I minus the 5 and got 140.
Oh, so she's saying that she had a 5 in there that she created somewhere from these numbers. So she is taking, tell us again, where did you take these numbers away? Where did you decompose 98 into what?
100.
Oh, so you just turned it into 100 by adding 2. Is that what I hear you saying? So you changed 98 to 100 by adding 2, right? So then what happened?
Then I did the same to 47 and added and put it to 50.
And so you changed 47 to 50. Oh, are y'all following this? Okay, so now, woo, like those friendly numbers. Do y'all like those friendly numbers? Okay, so let's look at what Jada's got here. She has a new problem. What is she, last turn and talk. What is she gonna have to do to this new sum that she has now of 150, right? What's she gonna have to do to get her answer and why? What's she gonna have
Two more from the 98 makes it 100.
All right, so come back. So Jada had 150. What does she got to do now? And why does she have to do it? What does she got to do now?
She has to subtract the 5
Why?
because she added it and she has to subtract it.
So where did the 5 come from?
The 2 and the 3.
Oh, see this 2 and 3 that she added on? So she increased her add-ins to make them friendly. So she has to decrease by the same amount that she increased them. So she takes that 5 off. Ta-da, 145. Wow, look at that. I think you guys on this problem all were like going, let me use friendly numbers. Friendly numbers are fun, aren't they? They make the math a little quicker, a little easier for us to do. We can definitely regroup, but sometimes that takes a little more brain power, right, to get that going. So you guys did an awesome job. I'm so impressed with your number talking. So what we're gonna do now is transition back to our seats, and we're gonna get started.